hardest time getting my sleep back on schedule after the quarantine is over, because it is currently 3 o'clock in the morning. I am wide awake. My daughter is wide awake. I'm pretty sure my husband is still awake. And yeah, quarantine is just messing up everybody's sleep schedule. But I decided since I'm up, I'm gonna go ahead and start reading The Shadows Between Us. I believe it's going to be a pretty quick read. I haven't watched any of the reviews yet, but I decided to do kind of like a vlog walkthrough. So we're going to see what this book holds. Hopefully it's pretty good. Hopefully, because reading something at 3 a.m. better be enticing. Okay, I don't need it to be boring. So I am on chapter 3, and so far I don't like the character. She seems a little bit forced. I don't like the relationship that she has with her dad. Her father is just this person who never wants to stand up to her. She's kind of disrespectful towards him and she kind of scolds him like a child and kind of treats him like a child. As far as the Shadow King, and I actually like his personality. I thought maybe he was gonna be like a sucker or like a wimp, but he seems to have a lot of charisma. So that just made the book a lot more interesting. Although I don't like the main character, and I don't like her mindset and how she talks to people and how she treats people. Seems a little forced. I do like the Shadow King, so we'll see. Okay, so I have been reading for over an hour now, and my battery is dying on my phone and on my body, so I think I'm gonna call it a night and probably try to pick back up tomorrow. Although I do have quite a bit of things to do tomorrow. It's actually date night for me, and I have schoolwork. It's finals. I need to get my last assignments in so that I can make sure I'm done with this term, and so I don't have the leisure of just laying around and reading all day. But I will try to pick it up when I can and see if I can get through a few more chapters. So far, it's pretty easy read, easy to comprehend. Nothing's too complex. Just gotta grow on me, that main character. I'm not too sure about her. I am having a really hard time getting into this book. I honestly do not like the writing style. I feel like it's super choppy. It's not smooth. It really has no transition. And so it's kind of everywhere for me right now. I wish that she had... It seems like she's over-explaining, if that makes any sense, because the main character, Alessandra's thoughts are her explaining to us what we already know. Like, I want to know more about her and what motivates her and why she's doing the things she's doing. And all her thoughts are, I'm scheming this way, and I'm scheming to do that, and I'm scheming to do this. And it's like, but why? She keeps referring to Hector, which is her previous lover who she killed, but there's really no background text as to like the things that led to him being killed, maybe why he fell in another woman, how it happened, how it affected her, how she felt. And even though she keeps referring to him, you would think that I want to know what happened in their relationship, but I actually don't know. I don't really care why he fell in love with someone else. And then as far as the king, he's actually the most interesting person in this book so far, and I do like his character. I just wish that the main character had a lot more depth with her thoughts, because if you're telling us what you're thinking, then I want to actually know what you're thinking. I understand enough about the book that your thoughts don't need to be explaining the book, because I get enough of the book. Like, tell me what it is about you. It's just, I don't know, it's a tough read I'm having. Normally I could finish a book like this. I believe I'm on my 3rd day and I'm only 100 pages in, so about like 1/3 of the book, and it's just not grabbing my attention. I had high hopes for this book, and right now on a scale of 1 to 5, not even a 2. I'm not even sending that. Okay, so her father just showed up, and apparently now he's like all authoritative, and that's so weird because in the beginning of the book he was super timid and let her say what she want and let her do whatever she want, and now he's telling her that she has to marry somebody else. That doesn't make any sense. This has so many holes in it because literally a chapter ago her father wrote her a letter saying how she's doing a good job with the king, and he's heard about her throughout the village and people have shared information that she's wooing the king. And literally one chapter later, he's now here to take her home because she hasn't won over the king and she's not doing a good job, and he heard about it. Like, 2 days ago, I was good. And now 2 days later, I'm supposed to marry somebody else and leave the castle. Like, there's just so many holes, and there was literally no transition into that. Why is she so power hungry? Like, I don't understand this. She's not a girl who's from like the lesser part of the village. She's not a peasant. She's not a maid. She's actually born of a noble family, so she may not have power, but her father has some good standing. So I don't understand the need to be so powerful. Like, it's not clicking to me. Oh my god, I guess now she's gonna panic. They're gonna find the body of Hector. People are starting to ask questions. Oh my god, they're gonna catch me. I do not like this book. If I had not started doing a book vlog, I probably would put this on my DNF shelf, which means that I did not finish it. Because yeah, 200 pages in, only 100 pages to go, and it is deathly boring. It is watching a cringy, it's like watching a cringy stage play. Super awkward. I don't understand why she hates her sister so much. Like, there's no pretense to that, no type of background to that. She just has this hatred for her sister. It's so many holes in this story. I guess Leandros is gonna be another love interest. Guys, this book is so frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And cringy. Frustratingly cringy. The scene when they're in this, I guess, an owl house and they're drinking and there's a fight going on is probably the best writing that I've seen in this book. And that's sad because it's literally just a blooper scene, but it's the only thing I've seen her literally explain in detail and has transition and is actually entertaining to read. Everything else, not so much. Okay, so I'm wondering if Leandros is possibly the person who killed the king's family, and I also feel like that's probably the reason he took an interest in Alessandra and took her out and got her drunk. I feel like there may be a purpose to this, or at least I hope there's a purpose to this, to Leandros taking interest in her. I guess he would be the person that people least expect to be after the king and have killed his parents, but maybe that's exactly who did it. Okay, I get why she's upset that the king hasn't been spending that much time with her because if he's not around her, then she can't woo him. But at the same time, why are you jealous that he's not spending his time with you? Like, I feel like she's genuinely hurt that he's not spending time with her. And that would mean that she has feelings for him, which makes no sense because they haven't done anything or experienced anything for her to have feelings for him. He's literally a stranger. So the anger, I understand. The hurt and the jealousy makes no sense. She's inside of him? Wait, is he the Shadow King because he's nothing but a shadow? That might get interesting. Maybe he wears the gloves because he's nothing but shadows, so he's not picking up things. His gloves are picking up things. Does the council know about his powers or shadows?
Good morning, it's the next day. I only have about 10 chapters left in this book, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish it because I've already started it and I've already started a blog for it, so we're gonna do this thing. I will catch you guys up when I am done. One thing I did want to mention is that the main two characters, Alessandra and Callias, went on one date that ended in a robbery, and then they were automatically in love. There was literally no development to their love story. I was just like, where is this coming from? The storyline is not keeping me intrigued. There's a lot of things going on in the book, and I don't care about the relationship with her dad. I'm not interested in why she doesn't like her sister. I feel like they could have found a better choice for who was doing the robbery. They tried to go and make it somebody that you didn't or you wouldn't think of, but honestly, like, I didn't care, so I didn't really think of anybody, so we'll see.
Okay, so I am back. I have officially finished the book. Here are some of my ending thoughts about the book. One is she never really explained in the book why Alessandra is super or slights her father and her sister so much. I know that they kind of treat her different, but it's never really explained why she has such hatred for her sister and why she has such hatred for her father. That never really was explained in the book. I feel like for the book to be a super dark premises, it's about someone who is power hungry, she's committed murder before, and now she has another murderous plot going on. It's actually super light. A lot of ball gowns and dresses and picnic, and it's just not as dark as the premises. Like, the premises about the book is pretty much the only dark thing about it. There's really nothing else. Everything else is super lighthearted. So that was a little contradicting to what I expected going into the book. I feel like a lot of her conniving plot or her conniving plans were really child's play. She didn't do anything that made me be like, oh wow, this is someone who is a formidable opponent. A lot of the stuff that she did was like, I mentioned earlier that I thought maybe the nephew would have something to do with the plot in the end, and I was actually right. I feel like that kind of makes it predictable. She does give you this multi-twist ending. They give you one culprit. It turns out that that wasn't the culprit anyway, which when they gave me another culprit, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. It would have been a lot more interesting if you had went with the person that I was thinking, and the person that I was thinking is actually the one behind everything going on in the book. She did give it another twist, so that part was slightly interesting to read, but still feeling like it was predictable because I knew he was gonna have something to do with it in the end, even when I was halfway through the book. The best detailed parts of this book is actually her describing her dresses that she creates. She does fashion, so she sews and puts together outfits. That was actually the most detailed part of the book, and I don't understand that. She spent more time explaining the designs of her dresses than really anything else. Like, if she had put that much into talking about how their love story developed, then my outlook on the book would have been a lot different. But the amount of effort that she put into describing these dresses should have went into the plot. One positive thing that she did towards the end of the book is that she did give us the point of view from the king, and he did walk us through how he fell in love with Alessandra and what his feelings were and what his thoughts were. So it made the love story a little bit more convincing because when he explained it, he went into detail throughout the entire storyline and he kind of tied it together. So it made his feelings for her a lot more realistic. Unfortunately, I didn't see much from her end that made me think her feelings for him were as realistic. There is a little bit of smut at the end of up the book, so if you're reading it, that is something to look forward to. That's pretty much all my thoughts. If I was gonna rate this book on Goodreads, I would probably give it, honestly, a 2.5 out of 5. It was not the best book. This weekend is readathon, and I have some really cool books that I want to check out, so I'm excited about that. Glad I got this book out of the way because now I can get into something really enticing. I will see you guys next time. Bye.